Hello guys, Wendy again. Thanks for your time watching the video. Today I'm going to talk about how to make enamel pins and how to order with a Chinese supplier. There must be something you've never heard of. Okay, let's get started. So I usually get some emails about enamel pin questions, like how to make enamel pins, is my design good for lapel pins, what is your minimum order quantity, can I make one piece? What is the price for lapel pins? How do I make a payment? Do you accept PayPal? And there are many more questions similar to these. I split these questions into two parts. Part 1, how to make enamel pins. Part 2, how to order from a Chinese supplier. Okay, let's get started with part 1, how to make enamel pins. We refer to design, size, cutout and recessed metal, border, color, and backstamp. First, let's talk about the design. There are mainly 3 ways to make enamel pins. 1, turn the design or your logo into a lapel pin directly. 2, if you're a designer, you can work out your design with Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop or another digital design software. 3, if you're not a designer, you just have an idea in mind, draw your idea on paper like shown below, then send the draft to your supplier and tell them your requirement. They'll help you with the design. Custom enamel pins can be different designs, but not all designs can be turned into lapel pins. A good design can be complicated or simple, but it should be with clear color areas, no shadows, no gradual color changes, and no tiny details. Here are some examples to teach you which designs are good to go, while which are not ready yet. The first design is this rugby logo. This design is fine. It's good to go. The second is the milk bottle. This design is good to go too, but the text will need to be removed. The third design is the boy group. There are some tiny details on the jackets that need to be simplified, so it's not good to go yet. The fourth, the cat, is a good design, but there are gradual color changes and many small details on the leaves and around the flowers, so it's not good to go. The fifth, the boy, is a very good design. It's good to go. The sixth design is not good to go. There are gradual color changes and small white dots, too tiny to fill enamel color, so it needs to be simplified. Let's take the cat design for example. It's a customer's original design. This design is cool, but as you can see, there are gradual color changes on the ears, eyes, and face. The gradual color changes cannot be achieved in enamel pins, and the lines around the flowers need to be simplified too. After discussing this with a customer, we simplified some details, and here's the final artwork. Compared to the original design, you can see we removed the gradual color changes on the ears, flowers, eyes, and face, and removed the small lines on the leaves. When it came to the final product, it ended up like this. Okay, next let's talk about border. Border is a must-have for enamel pins, no matter hard or soft enamel. I have a question for you. Why is border a must-have for enamel pins? Let's watch this video together and you'll understand real easy. In this video, you'll see this person is filling the enamel with a syringe. Enamel starts out liquid and then turns solid, so the function of the border is to separate the enamel color one from the other. Next, let's talk about size. The most popular lapel pin size varies from 1 to 1 3/4 inches. It depends on the design and the customer's preference. Lapel pin size is measured by the longest side. For example, this lapel pin is 1 inch, which means it will be charged by its longest size. However, there is no standard pin size, and you can make a lapel pin based off of your preference. Cutout is the cut hole in the lapel pin or small areas in the irregular shape, like the boys and girls here. If the area is large, it can be cut out. If it is too small to cut out, it will be turned into recessed metal. Sometimes a customer will ask, so the small gap that's filled in doesn't look awkward on its own? No, not really. In fact, the recessed, raised metal won't be awkward at all. It's just a very tiny metal area like the samples here. Let's take the dog design for example. The left is the customer's original design. Here you can see there is a small cutout between the two legs. But in actual production, the hole is too small to cut out, so it was made into raised metal, like this. Here is the final product picture. Backstamp is a raised metal logo on the back side of a lapel pin. There are many sellers and brands that have a backstamp logo on their pins, so it's a really good way to advertise. It does cost an extra $20 to set up the backstamp. It doesn't matter how many pieces you order. Okay, that's all for part 1. Let's go on to part 2, how to order with a Chinese supplier. I'm sure many of you must be interested in this part. China is the main source of enamel pins. When you first order from China, you may have some concerns or questions before ordering. Something like, how do I order with them? What should I do with language barriers? Are they reliable to order with? What is their pricing like? What will their turnaround be for my product? What sort of payments do they accept? What if something goes wrong or turns out defective? Here, I'd like to share my experience with you. Trust me, ordering with a Chinese supplier is as easy as ordering on Amazon. When you order from a Chinese supplier, the first step is inquiry. Send your design, specifications, and quantity, and you'll get a free quote. Usually they'll quote you a price, mold fee, lead time, and payment terms. Next, when you confirm the price, the supplier will work out the artwork for you. Usually, this is free too. After you confirm your price and artwork, you'll need to make a prepayment, and the supplier will start production. Once you make the final payment, the supplier will arrange shipment. It's easy, right? When you order from China, the most important thing is to choose a reliable professional supplier, because the professional suppliers know what a high-quality lapel pin should be. Moreover, they can also offer you professional advice and help grow your business. According to my experience, many customers want the cheapest price. And I know cheap price is important, but everything has its cost. You can't buy an Audi for a Jeep price, right? In addition, cheap price doesn't mean cheap total cost. So choose a professional supplier first, then apply for a better price. Okay, next let's talk about price, minimum order quantity, and turnaround. The average price is based on 100 pieces, including shipping fees, which comes out to be about $1.20 to $2 per piece based on the design. So minimum order quantity, or MOQ. There is no minimum order quantity, but for any custom designs, there is a mold setup, so there needs to be a mold fee. The mold fee is around $50 to $70 based on the design. So if you order one piece, the price will be $50 to $70 per piece. If that price is workable for you, go ahead and order, but you may consider ordering more. If you're a pin retailer, we recommend going with 100 pieces. The price will be much more cost-effective. Turnaround for 100 pieces is between 10 to 15 days, and for a rush order, about 7 days. But you need to confirm with your supplier before ordering. With payment, you can choose either PayPal or a wire transfer. Either is fine for most Chinese suppliers, so that's simple. Next, let's talk about language barrier. When you purchase from any supplier, always be sure you have good communication with them about everything. Especially if there's a language barrier between you, it could run the risk of mistakes on your products. So open up good communication with your supplier. About the copyright. Copyright is important. Many designers are concerned about it. For custom enamel pins, the designer has the copyright of it. So any supplier you work with should be keeping your information confidential. Be aware because some marketplaces and suppliers will sell lapel pins from other people's designs. So check out your supplier closely and make sure they are not doing that. The last and most important thing is how to recognize if a supplier is reliable or not. Here's my advice. 1. Professionalism. Professionalism is the most important thing. It means reducing trouble, saving money, and bringing success to your business. 2. Customer service. A good before and after sales customer service can make your purchasing relaxing and easier. You can ask them, what do I do if something goes wrong or is defective? And if they can offer you a reasonable solution, you'll be fine. If they can't, consider changing to another supplier. Okay, that's all for today. If you should have any questions about lapel pins, feel free to leave me a message or email to info@perfectcraftsgifts.com. Our salespeople will be happy to help you with it. Thanks for your time again. See you next time. Bye!